Okay, it's time to get this cylinder head off. I guess I'll pick up a few wrenches and get them out of my way so they don't come tumbling down while I'm underneath the car, trying to knock me in the head. I was contemplating just taking the manifold loose at the head, but that's a lot of bolts. So I believe I'll go down and just loosen up the manifold at the tailpipe instead and pull the manifold out with the cylinder head. I think that'll be the easier method. It appears that the only thing left to do is to remove the small intake that's on top of the heads, on top of the block, whatever, and pull these bolts out and remove those two down there. So in a short while, this should be laying out. That camshaft cost, I don't know, near $400. But at the junkyard, we got this head. They pulled it off for $175. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see and make sure the valves operate well and that they seal very well, and just swap the entire head. I'm hoping I can get by without buying a new gasket set, but I might have to. We'll see. The head gasket came in at the auto parts store. They're like $50 on eBay. Yeah, it's made in China. I don't care. This company here, DNJ, it's like $22, I think it was. Not bad. Much better deal. So maybe by the weekend I can have the head back on and just start piling parts back on that engine. Got the fuel rail unfastened and just flip it over out of the way, because we're not messing with this head. We're messing only with this one. And now remove the little manifold. 13mm bolts on it, as were also on the fuel rail, because the fuel rail bolts also retain the manifold. I need an impact. Let's see, where's another one? And back here. Oh, I bet that EGR's valve is attached. Well, I don't know. It may be. That's not an EGR. That's a thermostat. There you go. Going out. Alright, they're all out. Let's pull these out of the way. Pile them up here with the rest. And let's see if we can pry that out. What are we doing, pry bar? Here it is. That should just lift right out. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that thermostat is part of the manifold. Oh, there's all kinds of fittings on that. Maybe we can get lucky and just lift it out of the way without too much seriousness. Yeah. Uh-oh. More bleeding. We need to get something to tie that back. This has been worked on. The head's been off, and it appears though it's a different color than that one. That's very interesting. Somebody's been in here. What is this in here? What do we see in there? Oh, it's just a valley for the block. That crank sensor, that is buried deep. Yeah, it's been apart before. It wouldn't have all this silicone all over it. Jeez. Alright, head bolts next. The head bolts appear to be 15 millimeter. I'm hoping I can get my big old electric impact in here on all of them. Whoa! Oh, they're ungodly tight. Yep. Oh, they're breaker bar tight. Darn it. Well, that's two-handed operation. I got those head bolts out. Boy, they were buku tight too, I'm telling you. Unbelievable. I wonder if I can get this head up a little bit. And, yeah. Coming right off. Oh, more bleeding. Oh, well. I can drain out. Alright. All I have to do now is get under it and loosen up that exhaust manifold and rip this puppy out of here. I may use my horse. I don't know. Maybe. It just depends on how it feels when I tug on it. Well, let's get under it with this light and see what we can see. The manifold is back there, so I'll need to approach it from that end. These clips that are at the top of it, of the bolts, they're kind of fragile. I hope that they loosen up and don't strip off, because they can be a real problem if they do. Got some kind of cooler on the filter. I guess it goes up front to something. I don't know. Look at that. The sump. That's really weird looking. It seems like the sump would be in the front and not in the back, because the cross member is there. And I mean, what's it got? Maybe an inch of clearance. But like I'd said before on another video, this is intended for a front-wheel drive vehicle, so no telling what kind of configuration that looks like. So let's aim the light in such a way that I can have light on that over there, that area right there, and I do. Good amount of light. And then I can go to the side with my tools and loosen that. Like I said, hopefully it loosens easy. I'm going to try it with a ratchet first. But I will take my breaker bar under with me with some extensions, and we'll see how it goes. Alright. The manifold is loose. So now the head should just slide right out. Let's make sure this is loose. Oh, that's not. That dipstick's got to be taken off. Feels like a 14 or a 15. I got to get my step stool too. Alright. Alright. The head is loose and ready to come out. But I don't know if I can get a big enough grip on it to do it. I have to get up here somehow. Oh well, let me get me a step stool or a bucket or something to stand on. Maybe take it off the jack. That'd probably be the best thing to do. Lower it down. Alright. Okay. Oh, that about killed me. I have the head off. And there's a lot of carbon on the first two. We're not terribly concerned with that. We're wanting to look at this one. There's a lot of oil on it for some reason. It could have had something to do with it coming apart. Taking it apart, maybe. Maybe not. May have been pumping oil up through it. But the valves look pretty good. I don't see any damage to them. Yeah, look at there. That cam's been out of here before. Weird. And that's the problem. That's the camshaft. I forgot my rag. Camshaft is the problem. It broke, you know. And let's look in here. Let's see if we have any signs of valves colliding with the head. I mean with the piston. And I don't see anything. It looks pretty good. No nicks. Pretty smooth. So I don't think that's the problem. But this head has been off. There's signs of it being, the head being cleaned on with a brush of some sort. Looks like. Come on, there you go. But head's off. And we'll just start the cleaning process and put it back together. We're gonna have to prep that cylinder head first. Yeah. Okie dokie. All right. I'm pretty happy with my progress. I did make some progress. And on the next video, I believe I'll be transferring the camshaft to this head, or at least looking at the other head and seeing if I might be better off using it instead of playing with this one. Since I mean, look at this. Turn the camshaft. That one is just broken. I've never seen this happen in a common street car. This doesn't make good sense. All right, that's it for today. Tomorrow, like I say, we'll get it ready to go back together. I don't know exactly what process we'll do, but we'll get it ready. And once again, thanks for watching.